Did you know that Michael Oher, the famous football player whose life story inspired the movie The Blindside, didn't actually get adopted by the Tuohy family? Learn the true details of what happened and uncover this story's legal and emotional complexities. Subscribe to the channel and dive into a side of Michael Oher's story that you might not have known before. Michael Oher, previously well known in the National Football League, had a life story that led to the creation of the award-winning film The Blindside. This individual believed earnestly that adoption had occurred when Sean and Leigh Tuohy took him into their home during his teenage years in Memphis, Tennessee. His familial background was marred by instability due to his mother's struggle with substance addiction, leaving him without a secure home environment. At the age of 11, he became a state ward. Upon encountering the Tuohys, he was without shelter. As time progressed, nearly 2 decades later, Oher expressed that the Tuohys led him into signing over his legal rights. They initiated a conservatorship, misrepresenting it as a legal step to include him as a family member. Conservatorships are legal structures that may deprive individuals of their civil rights, allowing third parties to control their decision-making regarding contracts or medical matters. Michael Oher sincerely thought he had become a family member of the Tuohys, who referred to him as their son and sibling. Over the years, the Tuohy family embraced the fame stemming from the book The Blindside by Michael Lewis and the subsequent film. They became proponents of adoption and foster care. Leigh Tuohy founded the Making It Happen Foundation to support underprivileged young people. She has dedicated years to promoting adoption through television appearances and social media. The foundation's website features statements from people inspired by the family's story, reflecting on their own families and how they interact with others. The reputation of the family may now be facing scrutiny. A request to terminate the conservatorship was filed on Monday, revealing that Michael Oher discovered in February that the conservatorship did not have the authority to make him a member of the Tuohy family legally. The petition states, "The falsehood of Michael's adoption is something that co-conservatives Leigh Tuohy and Sean Tuohy have used for their benefit at the cost of their ward, Michael Oher." The Tuohys used the Blindside fame to promote adoption. In 2010, Sandra Bullock received an Oscar for playing Leigh Tuohy in The Blindside, spotlighting the mother who provided shelter to her daughter's homeless schoolmate. The film recounts the story of how Michael Oher, with assistance from the Tuohy family, transitioned from homelessness to college, becoming a prominent player for the Ole Miss Rebels. He later pursued a career in the NFL, mainly with the Baltimore Ravens. Throughout the years, Leigh Tuohy has utilized the exposure from the movie to champion the adoption and fostering of children. On a social media platform, Instagram, she often shares information about children needing homes using the hashtag #ForeverFamilyFriday. In several interviews over the past 10 years, Leigh Tuohy has maintained that families don't have to match. She even hosted a television show on Up TV in 2013 titled Family Edition, focusing on adoption stories. In a preview for this series, she referred to Michael Oher as "our son" and acknowledged many heroes who provide homes for children nationwide. Additionally, in 2018, she spoke with NBC affiliate KSDK of St. Louis regarding the NBC series This Is Us. She mentioned that viewers often contacted her after drama episodes were broadcast. The award-winning show tells the story of a white family adopting a black baby who was abandoned after losing one of their newborn triplets on the same day. Leigh Tuohy commented that the storyline of This Is Us is alarmingly similar to her own experience, stating, "It's very interesting, and it's not just our journey. Many people are on this journey. Ours just happens to be the one that got told." In a 2016 interview on NBC's Today Show, she expressed her love for Michael Oher, equating it to the love for her 2 biological children, saying there's no difference in them. However, the petition to end the conservatorship reveals that the Tuohys did receive financial benefits from the relationship with Oher. He claims that the Tuohys obtained hundreds of thousands of dollars in payment and charitable contributions from the agreement that they arranged for his life story, while he received no compensation. Through their lawyers, Sean and Leigh Tuohy characterized the allegations as hurtful and absurd. The couple asserted that they've always been honest with Michael Oher regarding the conservatorship and have shared any profits from The Blindside with him equally. Their attorney, Marty Singer, stated, "Even recently, when Mr. Oher started to threaten them about what he would do unless they paid him an 8-figure sum, and as part of that effort refused to cash the small profit checks from the Tuohys, they still deposited Michael Oher's equal share into a trust account that they set up for his son." In a statement, Singer also mentioned that Oher intended to plant a negative story in the media unless the Tuohys paid him $15 million. The couple also claimed that Oher had previously attempted this approach but had difficulty finding a lawyer to represent him. The statement expressed their enduring concern for Mr. Oher, saying, "The Tuohys will always care deeply for Mr. Oher. They are heartbroken over these events. They desperately hope that he comes to regret his recent decisions, making different choices in the future, and that they someday can be reconciled with him." Responding to Singer's statement, Oher's attorney expressed faith in the legal process and their client. Attorney Don Barrett stated, "We try cases in the courtroom based on the facts. We believe that justice will be served in the courtroom, and we hope to get there quickly." Oher believed the Tuohys were legally his family. In Michael Oher's 2011 memoir, I Beat the Odds, he thought that conservatorship was akin to adoption for legal adults. He detailed how Leigh and Sean Tuohy had assumed responsibility for him as guardians and were now formalizing the decision to make him a legal member of the Tuohy family. Oher wrote, "Since I was already over the age of 18 and considered an adult by the state of Tennessee, Sean and Leigh would be named as my legal conservators. They explained to me it means pretty much the exact same thing as adoptive parents, but that the laws were just written in a way that took my age into account." Michael Oher continued to express that he was content because no one could dispute his belief that he and the Tuohys were indeed a family. In an interview with Mississippi Public Broadcasting on Monday, Oher spoke briefly about the Tuohys. The interviewer, Marshall Ramsey, mentioned that the conversation took place before the news about the petition became public. During the interview, Oher was promoting his latest book, When Your Back's Against the Wall, Fame, Football, and Lessons Learned Through a Lifetime of Adversity, and he talked about his life before residing with the Tuohy family. Michael Oher reflected, "The things I went through and had to do to get to that point I went through from 3 years old to 18 when I moved in with the Tuohy family, who I'm grateful for letting me stay my senior year there, but you have to understand what it took for me to get to that point." Over time, Oher has repeatedly expressed his discontent with The Blindside because he believes it inaccurately portrayed him. He also stated that the film often diverts people's attention from his true identity. In his memoir, he wrote about feeling a sense of wounded pride regarding the movie's depiction of him as someone who knew nothing about football. He expressed frustration that it led people to perceive him as so clueless about something I had always taken pride in being pretty smart about. Michael Oher commented, "I like the movie as a movie, but in terms of it representing me, that's where I had a hard time loving it." He expressed his feeling that the film depicted him as unintelligent rather than a young person who never had consistent educational guidance and eventually flourished once he received it. In a 2015 interview with ESPN, Oher mentioned that the film brought extra attention to his professional football career. He pointed out that much of the criticism was unrelated to his football skills, stating, "It's something else off the field. That's why I don't like that movie." Thank you for watching this revealing look into Michael Oher's life and relationship with the Tuohy family. What are your thoughts on this complex story? Please leave a comment below sharing your perspective. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more compelling content.